Very good evening. My name is Cadet Pratanav Deb, and I'm sponsored by the Scorpio Group. I'm doing my DNS program, which is Diploma in Nautical Science from the Tolani Maritime Institute. And that was a brief introduction about me. The first question is, how did you get to know about Scorpio? Well, Scorpio is a big name in the maritime industry, and anyone who's into this field must have heard about Scorpio. Moreover, my father's also a master mariner and he's sailing with Scorpio. So, I mean, that's how I got to know about this company. And while researching and while looking at companies that I wanted to apply to, Scorpio was number one on that list, of course. Question number two is, when did you start preparing and researching? Well, to be very honest, I look at researching as preparing, because I believe the more you research, the better equipped mentally you are in terms of your knowledge. Okay. Anyway, I started preparing from the 11th grade. Yeah. 11th grade onward, I knew 100% I wanted to get into this. I mean, I wanted to get into the merchant navy quite. I think in the 8th grade, if I'm not wrong, but I knew in the 11th grade for sure that I wanted to get into this. Okay, there was no second guessing myself. So yeah, that's when I started preparing. The next question is eligibility criteria for Scorpio sponsorship. Okay, they don't have an eligibility criteria per se, but of course, you have to get more than 65% in the 12th grade, and then you have to clear their competency tests. Their interview, their aptitude test, their written exam, etc., etc. So that's the best part about Scorpio. They don't have like a preset eligibility criteria, and of course you have to send in your resume, and your resume has to be good, has to be nice, and has to be eye catching. That's when they'll call you for the interview, or they'll call you for the written exam, right? So make sure your resume is on point. It's absolutely eye catching, to the point, and it's crisp. Yeah. Anyway, so next question is, how did you prepare for the written? To be very honest, the written exam is not very difficult. If you're a JE aspirant or you're studying for JE, etc., then it should be a cakewalk for you. And those who are not studying for JE, if you prepare from this site called indiabix.com, you should be good to go. That's how I did it. The exam questions are from the 12th, 11th, 12th grade. Some are from the 10th grade also. So make sure you revisit your 10th grade simple interest, compound interest, banking. Then, I mean, questions basically. Then there's percentages. Then speed, distance, time. All of these sums from math, physics. I mean, they don't ask you derivations, right? So I mean, if you know what theorem is applied where, then you should be good. Because I remember asking one of my seniors before applying, and he said these guys don't ask you derivations. So that's the best part. You don't need to mug up. Next question is, what questions did they ask you in your interview? All right. So the first question that I was asked in my interview was, what have you prepared? And I told them whatever I prepared was, working of a ship, currents, marpole, and stuff like that. So the interviewer, he asked me, okay, what are the different annexes of marpole? So I told him all the six annexes, and then he asked me, how does the ship work? And I told him that also. Very, very basic principle. Main engine, camshaft, propeller shaft, propeller. Very, very simple. Okay. They won't expect a lot of high grade answers, like very, very technical answers from you. So don't worry about that. Don't get into too much technical details. All right. You should be technical. I'm not saying don't be technical at all. Don't give layman answers, but don't get too technical as well. They don't expect that from you. and it's okay if you don't get too technical. So that's my personal thinking. And you, if you're applying to Scorpio and you do get selected for the interview round, you can expect questions like, how do you get from point A to point B on the world map, right? So you should know your canals, you should know your geography. Basically, geography is very important in this field and this and for this interview. All right. So I mean, they'll ask you your canals, your straits, what sea, where do you go from, and channels, etc., etc. So I was asked, how do you go from Bombay to London? And I had to tell them, okay, you go through the Suez Canal, etc., etc., take the English Channel. And yeah, that's, I mean, this is very short, but basically they'll ask you to elaborate. Yeah, that's that. Next up, we have suggestions. So, like I said, revisit your 10th standard portion, revisit your 11th grade portion, 12th grade portion. And yeah, that's that. Be confident. Confidence is very important for the interview, I mean, it's not only for this interview, but any interview that you're signing up for, or sitting for. You need to be confident, because if you're not confident, the interviewer can tell from your body language, from your posture, from the way you talk. And then a 5-minute interview becomes a 10-minute interview, just because they want to see you crack. All right. So that shouldn't happen. Be confident. Whatever you know. Don't stress when you're literally a minute away from your interview. Okay, I know it's easier said than done, but I mean, try to hold your nerve. It's very important. Finally, the conclusion. I mean, whatever I'd like to say, I've already said. More than that, I think this field is a great one, and I personally really like this field. And although I haven't been on a ship as a cadet, I can say I'm very excited for it. And as of right now, and till now, I've had an amazing time at the TMI campus. I mean, I'm back from the campus. However, I've had the greatest 3 months, 2 months, 2.5 months, or whatever of my life on campus. And that's that. If you choose to apply to this company and choose this field, I'd say you're doing a good job. I mean, all the best, and I hope that you get into this company, for all those who want to. Cheers. Hope you are doing well, and take care.